Alright, traders, welcome to the weekend edition here at freetradingvideos.com. Buckle up and hold on, we're going to move fast here. This is the Dow daily. Nice uptrend, higher swing high, higher swing low. We drew our trend line from bodies to bodies here and from body to bodies here. We come crashing down, we go below the 20-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. We crash below them and we crash below a major trend line. Now we're below the trend line, we doji out, we try to rally back, we can't get over that trend line. Right here we get what looks to be kind of a spinning top, still below the 20-day moving average and the monster 200-day moving average. We can't get above that. Right here we see an increase in volume on the daily on this down day. We are in the negative territory here on the MACD. We're below the zero line and we haven't crossed yet. We do not have a histogram crossover confirmation. I'm going to bring in the weekly here. The weekly, a big run to the upside. Big run. Now this week, watch what I'm about to show you. This week we have a lower high and a lower low. It's been a long time since this candlestick. We have a lower high and a lower low. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8 weeks. First time in 2 months that we have a lower high and a lower low, that the bears are in control with a slight increase in volume on the weekly at the very same time. The question is, will the 11 EMA act as support next week like we found it here and all through this rally? I'm watching that very closely. MACD is still above the zero line here, and let's pull in the monthly. Here's the monthly. We have a nice down leg, a beautiful bear pullback to resistance. So we blow this up a little bit. We have a shooting star on the monthly chart. And we also have dissipating volume on the Dow on the rise. That is ominous. That is bad news for this. So what I'm looking for in the start of July is, will we start heading down, making lower lows and lower highs? From what I'm seeing here, I see that as being a very real possibility. So let's also take a look while we're here at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ daily, we were looking at this on Friday's video. We did make a higher high and a higher low. We stay above our trend line. This is the most bullish of the indices, the NASDAQ. Let's look at the weekly. And before the weekly, we haven't crossed over yet. There's no crossover, and we're below the zero line on the MACD. Not great. We go to the weekly. We have a big run to the upside, and this week we have a lower high and a lower low, but we are finding support on the weekly on our 50-week moving average coming down right here. Very interesting. The last time we had a lower high, lower low was this candlestick. Lower high, lower low. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 weeks since we've had that. So the question here is, will the 50-week moving average act as support? Let's also bring in the monthly. Here's the monthly. We have a beautiful drop, a nice little pullback on condensing candlesticks, and we're rolling over. You can see this. This looks like a slowing of momentum on the NASDAQ monthly, and I am expecting a drop right here taking place. So here we are below the MACD. 5, 9, and 2 is what I'm using here. We're below the zero line on that. So while we're here, let's also take a look at the Russells. On the Russells, we continue in a nice uptrend, higher swing high, higher swing lows. Everything's looking great until we get to the moving averages here. We are finding resistance at the moving averages. But the bottom line is simply this: we are in an uptrend. And we'll continue in this uptrend, but we're fighting hard against the moving averages. The other thing I want us to see here is the MACD. And let me draw a line so you can see this. We're going up and we're flatline here. See how flat we are? Well, it's a slight bearish divergence, not nearly as divergent as we see in the S&P. Stepping up there, going flat here. So let's look at the weekly. Here's the weekly chart. We continue in this up channel. We have two parallel lines going up very nicely until this week. This week we have a decisive lower high and a lower low. We're at a major support area, but that gives us a rising wedge formation with the 50-day moving average coming down, acting as resistance. We continue to be above the zero line here on the MACD. Let's look at the monthly on the Russells. Here's the monthly. The monthly is a big drop, a beautiful bear pullback here. And let's drop a Fibonacci on this and see what type, where we're at here. Go back. We have a perfect touch at the 50 Fibonacci, and we're finding support here to 38.2. We have condensing candlesticks. We are rolling over. I'm looking for a lower low and a lower high to start the monthly and to start this leg down. So there you are. We've been looking at the S&P quite a bit here, so I wanted to look at the other indices to show everybody what's taking place and what's happening. The markets as a whole seem to be weakening, and I want everybody to watch this very closely. If you don't use stop losses, learn how to use a stop loss order. Get those in place. Safeguard yourself in the trades. If the markets continue to churn upward, that's okay. Play what you see, and if it's there, make some money. Learn what bear ETFs are if the markets do drop, and how to play short the market or bear ETFs or do puts if you're an option trader. So there you have it. Thank you for being part of Free Trading Videos. This is the weekend edition, and I'm D7, and we will see you in the forums and also the chat room.